I've been trying to vlog with it, but I can't get on with the sound, and I need to take the bandage thing off it now. 3 red peppers, there's another one under there. I weighed myself this morning and I'm so happy. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's weekly vlog. My name's Emma and I live in Fuerteventura with my husband Martin. I make a weekly vlog every week, just, you know, real life in Fuerteventura. I got a new phone, well, new to me phone at the weekend, and I've been trying to vlog with it. And I'm so pleased with the picture quality, but I can't get on with the sound. I can't get it to work. I've tried it with my microphone. We've watched every YouTube video going and, you know, pressed all the things that you're supposed to press, switched on, switched off. We've cleaned the little speaker thing. So I'm hoping that a friend of mine might be able to help me later on in the week, hopefully tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm back on the iPad vlogging right now. But I did vlog a bit Sunday and Monday. It is Tuesday today. I did vlog a bit Sunday and Monday. So I'm going to put in the clips that I took and I'll do a little voiceover to explain what they are. And then I'll come back and chat to you again. This is some batch cooking that I did on Sunday. So I just cooked up a load of veg. I also made 2 lots of hummus. Martin likes a chili hummus. And for me, I did a roasted carrot and coriander hummus. I had some fresh beetroot and carrot, which I grated. And then I just chopped up the rest of the beetroot and peppers. I like to try and get a bit organised, and I'm trying to eat, you know, whole foods. Then we went swimming, which was gorgeous. And this was just a little clip that I took on the way to, we did a big shop. We do need to clean the windscreen. These clips now are from our morning walk on Monday morning. The weather has been glorious, and as you know, we go for an early morning walk, usually in Caleta, but not always. And I just thought I'd take a few clips using the new phone and the selfie stick thing that I've got, which is brilliant. And there's me saying cheers with my 1 cup of coffee that I have a day. And there's just a little shot of the beach. This is my lunch. I've got a big bowl of vegetable soup and I've got a small wholemeal roll with homemade roasted carrot hummus, salad and seeds on the top. As you all know, I've been following this 90-day challenge that I'm doing, the Wild Fit Challenge, and I've managed, for some miracle, to mainly give up eating refined sugars. And apart from when we go out, I tend to stick to it 100%, mainly because I am feeling so much better. I'm sleeping better. My kind of perimenopausal fuzzy head has gone when I don't eat sugar. My energy levels are brilliant. The other day, last week, we went out for lunch and I had 3 things that I knew would have more sugar in them than I would have liked. 1 was some white bread, 2 was some garlic mayo alioli, and 3 was dates. And that night I slept really badly and I had a headache. Well, not a headache, like a fuzzy head, like I say. So it passed quickly and, well, that day, and I'm back to my usual breakfast, which is fruit and my smoothie, which is made with lots of veg, avocado. I've started putting some chia seeds into that in the mornings as well. I'm mainly eating whole food and trying to eat as much plant-based as I can, but that is a kind of a longer term goal. So the other things that we have to do on this 90-day challenge is drink a lot of water. We need to measure ourselves and take progress pictures. and we have to do a breathing exercise every day, which has been really helpful actually. I was a bit stressed yesterday when I got to school for various reasons. Nothing major, but you know what it's like when you get a new phone and forget all your passwords for everything. It took longer than I anticipated to get everything done. I was a little bit stressy. So I just sat in class right at the beginning and did my little deep breaths, and it really works, and we had a really good class. Actually, I really enjoyed it in the end. But the reason I am telling you all this is because I'm also going to start a new challenge, still sticking with the 90-day thing, and it kind of fits in. I'm going to be starting, and thank you to Nikki, lovely Nikki in a vlog, for sending me this. I'm going to be starting the 75 medium challenge. So the one, I'm sure there's loads of them, but the one Nikki sent me, which is what I'm going to be following, is 75 days where you stick to these 6 things. And the first one is follow a diet. I've just told you what my diet is at the moment. That's what I'm going to be following, because in all honesty, a friend asked me what would I do after the 90 days is up, and I will not be going back to eating refined sugar. I'm not saying that I will never have anything. Like I said, when we went out for lunch I had something, but I do feel so much better that I'm not going to suddenly start eating all the sugary things again, because I just don't need them. I don't want them. I don't want to feel like that. I'd rather have a lot of energy. So anyway, I've digressed. So 75 medium, follow the diet. We've talked about that. No alcohol or cheat meals. Well, I don't drink alcohol, and I suppose the cheat meal thing for me needs to, when we go out for lunch, I still need to stick to having no sugar, and I think I will, because as I just said, it made me feel rubbish. I have to drink half a gallon of water. I'm already doing that as part of the other challenge, but it's good to be reminded. 1 times 45-minute workout. For me, that will be either walking or swimming. I do my exercises in the morning, and I will vlog my little exercise routine when I get back into it a bit more. But it does not take 45 minutes. My back would not stand up to 45 minutes at the moment. But I can and do a lot more than 45 minutes walking or swimming. So that's going to be my thing for 45 minutes. And then the last 2, one of them is read 5 pages. And the second one is take a progress picture. I already take the progress pictures for the other thing. So I'm going to change that one, and it's going to kind of tie in with the reading. So I read a lot, but I read novels, and for this challenge I believe you're supposed to read things that are to do with self-improvement, so kind of self-help books, things like that. And back in the day I read every single self-help book going, and I've got a lot of them downloaded on my Kindle, so I'm going to revisit some of them. I strongly believe that if you read books like that at different times in your life, you take different things from them. So even though I've read them, I still believe I can learn more from them, and I take what I need at the time from them, and maybe I'm different now than I was like 10 years ago. So I think that will be quite interesting. I started one this morning. I can't remember the exact name of it. Something like Change Your Words, Change Your Life. I'll put it on the screen, and I remember really enjoying it before, and I remember learning a lot from it before. So I'm excited to read that one again. I read more than 5 pages because I love reading. Once I get started, there's no stopping me. And then instead of taking the progress picture, I want to get back into doing my healing. Years ago I did a healing course. It was a 2-year course, and again, we learn a lot about healing ourselves, about healing others, about energy work, about breath work, and I've kind of stopped doing all of it. Maybe meditation. But it's not just meditation, it's healing. And I am going to get back into that. So this morning I sat in the healing energies and I gave myself some healing. So that's something I want to do as well. And I'll probably do that in the mornings after I've done my little bit of reading. So here's the challenge. Let's hope we can stick to it. I think Nikki's going to be doing it. I'm not sure when she's starting it, but we said we'd kind of support each other, and yeah, wish us luck. And if anyone else wants to join in, give either Nikki or I a shout and we'll send you these bits of paper. You get you get this as well. It's got like a checklist. So you can see, and like I say, change it to suit yourself. You know, if you don't want to drink half a gallon of water, don't. Put something else down. I think Nikki's going to change the reading because she's not a reader. Fine, do something else. Like I say, I've changed this one. Do whatever you need to do. Right, I can't believe I've talked for 8 minutes now. I'm going to stop talking and go and get on with my gardening, and then this evening, well, late afternoon, I'm going to get my ingrown toenail looked at by a chiropodist or podiatrist. What's the difference? Anyway, I'm dreading it. It's going to hurt and it's going to cost lots of money, but it needs to be done. So I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. I've just had a shower. It's time to go and get the foot sorted out. I'll let you know how I get on. I'm back. She was so lovely and gentle, the woman. Is it a podiatrist? I don't know, anyway, the foot lady, even though she had a scalpel. She cut the bit out, she cleaned it all, and actually it didn't hurt. It is starting to hurt now. It's got a bandage on it. She said it'll probably hurt for a couple of days, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And the price, to be fair, €45, I don't think that's bad at all. I don't know why I didn't get it done sooner. And I don't need to go back unless in in like 5 days time it's still hurting. But she said if I do go back, I won't have to pay. It'll be like a free follow-up to see what's, and anyway, I think it's going to be fine. It was no way as painful as I thought, and I'm very glad I've had it done. I just hope it doesn't hurt too much tomorrow, because our plan is that we're going to go and meet our friends in Correlejo and go for a walk. Martin and I were going to go for a swim as well, but I'm not quite sure that's a good idea. Because I've got this bandage on it, and I've got like antibiotic cream as well to put on it. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know I'm going to cook the dinner now and then sit and watch TV. Well, we have had a lovely day. I'm just looking to see how many steps I did in the end. 10,596. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with my dress as well. It was quite hot today and it kept me lovely and cool. Martin did take a picture when we went out. We walked out to the harbour, so I'll pop it in there, or maybe there. Who knows? We also stopped off in Aldi on the way back just to get a few bits. I got some mint tea. We got 4 I can never remember the English word now. Wholemeal bread rolls. I got some corn flour, because I'm going to be doing a tofu recipe from my new tofu book. I got a deodorant, and then last but not least, for my friend, I got these peanut oil and sesame oil. She's been looking for peanut oil for ages, and I told her I'd keep an eye, so I got some, and she always wants sesame oil. And here you have to pick things up like that when you actually see them. And it's funny because I just messaged her and said I'd got them, and she was like, oh my gosh, I went to Aldi the other day and they didn't have them. So yeah, so that was that. But we've had such a nice day. Love going to Correlejo, wandering around. We had a nice lunch. You'll have seen the clips that I put in, and you know, the drive along the Dunes Road is absolutely stunning. My toe was held up. It just started to hurt right at the end, and I need to take the bandage thing off it now because she gave me some cream to put on it. I'm not really looking forward to doing that, but I'm going to do that now. But first of all, I'm going to go drink a cup of mint tea. It is Thursday morning. We didn't go for a walk because we just thought we'd change things up a bit today. We're going to go to Playa Blanca later and walk, not the Lanzarote Playa Blanca, the Rosario one. There's a really nice walkway all along by the beach and into Rosario. You kind of go down past the theatre, and there's a big gym, etc., etc. So we do that walk quite often, but it's a good walk, so I'll definitely get my steps in later. But I've already been very productive this morning. I've given the bathroom a really good scrub and clean. I've sorted all my tomato plants out, fed them all, de-mealybugged them, snipped bits off that I needed to snip off, and I'm just going to do a little bit of batch cooking. Not much, I'm just going to make a chilli. So as usual, loads of chopped veg to start with. Courgette, celery, onion, garlic, and red and green peppers. But I just thought I'd chat to you whilst I get that cooking, because I've got a few things to show you, which, yeah, I might as well chat and cook. Sorry, I'm really near. I've also been going through the Gusto stuff, and I'm gonna do a version of this evening, but obviously I won't be having mayonnaise because it's got sugar in it, and I know I could make my own, but I can't be bothered. But I've got some turkey steak, and I've got some sweet potato, and I'll do like a salad with it. But I'm going to do kind of like the spicy peri-peri sauce to go on the chicken, because that doesn't require any sugar. I also found this one, which I think I'm going to do tomorrow, which looks quite yum as well, which is Mexican shredded chicken and corn salsa. So watch this space for that. Let me just get this cooking, and I'll tell you about my measurements that I did and my little Temu order that might have just arrived. Bear with me just 1 second. Right, I'll just let that cook off. I hope it's not going to be too noisy. Yeah, I did my measurements yesterday because I started this giving up sugar thing on the 21st of April, and my friend who I'm doing it with had done hers, so I thought, oh, I might as well do mine, because although I am losing weight, I don't necessarily lose weight every week. Last week I stayed the same, but I definitely feel a difference in my body, and people are commenting on it as well. So I just thought I'd do the measurements, and it's not something that I normally do. I know people say I should do the measurements because it's not all about the number on the scales, but I never bothered until now, but it's quite interesting. So I have lost, we did it in centimetres, and I've lost centimetres from everywhere on my body except for this jiggly, this bit. So maybe some exercises for that bit wouldn't go amiss. So that stayed the same, but my chest was 101 centimetres and it's gone down to 93. My bust was 107, gone down to 104. My waist was 106.5, it's gone down to 98. My thigh was 65, it's gone down to 63. This is centimetres. The biceps the same. The hips were 120.5, now 109. So if you watch Lighter Mandy, who is fantastic and I highly recommend watching, she is doing a lot. She does calorie counting, but she's also doing, what does she call it, boot camp, and she puts some amazing like before and after pictures up, and you can really tell the difference. So I think it's worth remembering, and I know everybody always says this, but it's not just about the number on the scales. And the other thing for me with this whole Wild Fit thing that I'm doing is my energy, my motivation, my sleep are just 100 times better. And I just love that. So I highly recommend, if you possibly can, either cutting back or giving up the refined sugars, because I can't tell you the difference it's made to me. In fact, I got a lovely comment from, I think it was Leslie, apologise if I got that wrong, who's also given up sugar, and well done, because it's not easy. And again, she's feeling the benefits of it. I never believed anyone when they said about doing it, but it really does, for me anyway, it works really well. Obviously you need to do whatever you need to do, but the other thing for me about, and always has been, even when I was still eating sugar, losing weight, is, for me, it wasn't ever so much about increasing protein, which is what everybody seems to talk about these days. For me, it's always been about increasing the vegetable intake, the salad intake, the variety of vegetables and salads and fruit, to be fair. And that's always worked for me. So, you know, I'm going to keep going with that and not worry so much about protein. I mean, I get enough anyway. I can't be bothered to start counting it and what have you, and weighing it and stuff. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to be making, which is going to be very high in protein, a lentil and red kidney bean chilli. So that's what this veg is cooking off for. I shall be adding a little, not a little, probably quite a lot of chilli powder, and then I'll add the beans in, and a tin of tomatoes that do not have added sugar, and probably a stock cube which also doesn't have any sugar in it, and I'll let that cook up, and then that will be ready to go into the freezer. I'm also going to show you, I don't know why I've got so many of these, but these little bags that you get on Temu, I've ordered quite a few of them. I really like these. They're so useful for crochet projects and craft or just anything. So I got one that says "Here Comes the Sun." They're just zipped bags. You know, they're pretty basic. I think they actually cost about €1 each. But I have them for all sorts of things, especially for like craft projects. And but you know, you can use them for like toiletries, makeup, whatever. I've got this one, which I think is really nice. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Again, pretty basic, just basic. I've got that one with the rainbows on. And then I've got a sewing one, which I thought was quite cute as well. And then I've got this one, which I got, I'm probably going to give this one to my sister. I'll fill it up with some bits for a Christmas present, because she really likes horses. I thought that was really cute. I hope she's not watching. And then I also got 2 of these. These are watercolour painting books. I've got a gardening one and a Christmas one. I'm not going to show you the Christmas one because that's going to be for like Vlogmas and stuff. But what I really like about these, because I'm still quite determined to restart my painting, but I just feel like I'm no good at it, and then I get annoyed, or I don't know what to paint, or I just have a mental kind of block on it. But this one gives you like instructions. So for example, so here's the outline of the thing that you've got to paint. It says use brown to paint the wooden parts of the wheelbarrow. Use grey to paint the metal frame. Use different colours such as yellow, pink, blah 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 to paint the flowers. Pay attention to distinguishing the colours and layers of different flowers. Use greens of different shades to paint the leaves. Dark green for the shaded parts and light green for the lit parts, blah blah blah. Darken the shaded parts of the wheelbarrow and enhance the texture of the wood and the reflection of the metal, blah blah blah. So I think, you know, that might be quite a good little project for me. And there's some really nice, there's one with herbs. There's a little garden cottage. I just think this might be a nice thing to do, sitting outside. Lavender, which I want to grow. I've got some seeds actually, I need to plant them. There's a watering can, daffodil, gardening gloves. I just thought that was quite fun. So yeah, so that's all my news really from today so far. I've also got a couple of other bits and bobs that I want to get done. I need to make a couple of my friends are over here. One of them lives here like most of the year, but she does go back to the UK for the very hot part of the summer. So I want to catch up with her probably next week, because it's already Thursday, isn't it? And what else do I need to do? Oh, I need to repot that geranium. I bought another geranium the other day, and it really does need to go into a better pot, otherwise I don't think it's going to survive. Yeah, and just this bit of cooking, and then we're going to go out for a walk. I will try to remember to show you my lunch. I've picked plenty of my spinach and my kind of salad leaves that I'm growing. So I'm going to have a nice big salad for lunch with my homemade hummus. Somebody also asked, would I vlog making the hummus? And yes, I will, I promise. Just give me like maybe next week. I think it was the beetroot one that they wanted to see. So I'll do that one next. But the one I've got on the go at the moment is a roasted carrot, coriander. Yeah, roasted carrot and coriander. Oh, and it is lovely. It's really, really tasty. So I shall be having that for my lunch, and I will show you when it's done. But I'm going to go and get on now and cook this. Cooking's done, and I've just made a little chipotle sauce thing with tomato puree, lemon juice, vinegar, chili, garlic, and I stuck some oregano in it. And so that's ready just to pop over the turkey stuff for the gusto dinner later. The lentil chili's done. I'll flip you round and show you that in a minute. Well, I'll do it now actually. There's the chili, so I can portion that up, and that's a really good, so cheap, quick, easy, good for you. No nasties in there whatsoever, but loads of goodness. There's the paste I just showed you, and I've also got Bruschetta going again. Bruschetta is my sourdough starter. She's been festering away in the fridge for quite a while, but she's fine. Somebody, when I killed the last one off, somebody said to me, well, my friend, she said, you don't need to, they won't die in the fridge, just kind of start again. So I'll give her a couple of days. I've fed her. I'll give her a couple of days to start fermenting again, and then I will get back on with making some sourdough. But I'm going to use wholemeal flour and spelt flour this time rather than the white flour, just because it's better for us. I don't want to eat loads of bread, but if I do eat bread, which I do sometimes, I want it to be not processed bread from the supermarket. I've also got my banana skins here for my plant fertiliser. Lunch today is courgette, tomato, paprika, gnocchi, a little bit of gnocchi I put in there, just cooked it all up. Some of the carrot hummus, some carrots and some homegrown salad. Friday morning we went out and did our usual walk and had a cup of coffee. I just love being able to do this walk in the morning. I get my 75 goal ticked off, which is the 45 minutes exercise. I'd already done my exercises as well, and when we got back I read more than 10 pages of my book on my Kindle. Sorry, it's the wrong way round. Then I fed Brucella, my sourdough starter, and then I sat and did my healing and energy work, which I really enjoyed. After that, I spent quite a bit of time doing my Spanish practice, but also making some notes and looking for some resources online, of which I found loads of good ones, for when we stop school and my friend and I are going to get together and study. So I printed stuff out, made notes. Then I spent a very happy couple of hours cutting out some bunting flags, writing some notes in my gorgeous notebook and sewing them up. And I will be sure to show you when it's finished in my craft podcast, which will probably be next month. And then I had a cup of tea and a chat with a friend, which was lovely. What a lovely Friday. It's Saturday morning. I look right state. We've been for our morning walk and we've just been to Franny Chemi because, as I've said before, we've changed the way that we shop. So we're only going to the supermarket once every 2 weeks, but we go for a fruit and veg shop really whenever we need to, and because that's the main bulk really of our diet at the moment, or not the main bulk, but we're eating a lot of fruit and veg, so we're needing to go more to the fruit and veg shop. It's cheaper, it's fresher, and it stops me buying other things, and it just means that we're eating a really good variety of fruits and vegetables. So I'll show you now what we got. This is what we got for €25 from Franny Chemi. We got 4 nectarines, 3 kiwis, some carrots, got 4 lemons, some beetroot, a cauliflower, bananas, a large melon. I think I got 3 onions, 3 red onions, 2 avocados, a whole load of like easy peeler type things, lettuce, 3 red peppers, there's another one under there, a small cabbage, some mushrooms, a yellow pepper, courgette, lots of tomatoes and some celery. I'm actually going to finish the vlog now because this afternoon I'm going out with one of my friends. We're going to go down into Caletta, have a wander around, maybe a cuppa and a good old catch up, and I've not seen her for a while, so I'm really looking forward to it. I have weighed myself. I weighed myself this morning and I'm so happy. I know it shouldn't be defined by the scales, but take a look. 12 stone 13. I mean, it's still pretty much 13 stone, but yeah, I'm in the 12s. I'm so happy about that. And you know, this week we went out for lunch. I had a pizza, margherita pizza, because I figured it was the thing with the least amount of sugar in it in the menu. I'm sure it did have sugar, but I enjoyed it. You know, you've got to live. I didn't eat the whole thing. Martin helped me out, but it was quite big. So, but you know, done plenty of walking. I've started swimming again. The 75 medium challenge is going really well. You've seen I've started doing like my meditations. I've started reading In fact, I've nearly finished the book, which is called Change Your Words, Change Your World. I'm really enjoying that again. So yeah, all good. Let's hope I can keep up with this, because next week is super busy. So yeah, let's see how that goes. And I've got a party next week at my Spanish class, because it's the last week of term before we break up for the summer. And I already know everyone's saying, oh, I'm going to make cake and I'm going to bring pizza and I'm going to bring biscuits. So I need to be really mindful of that, because that is the sort of situation where I will eat cake. So let's see how that goes. Although, do you know what? I don't think I will, because I feel so much better. I just can't see me going back to it. I don't want that lack of energy. I mean, yesterday I had such a nice day yesterday, but I got loads done. My motivation levels are high, my energy levels are high, and I like that. So I think I'm going to take some like healthy stuff with me. Not quite sure what yet, but I will share with you on the vlog. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you all have had a lovely weekend, because it will be Sunday when I upload this. Not sure when you'll watch it, but thanks for all the comments and all the support. Really means a lot. I hope everyone's well, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.